What's up, Zox fam? Now we have some time in between the account security series to get into some things that you want to make sure you're prioritizing. With that, we also have a separate video that's going to be focused more on those that are spending in the hyperlink shop down below in the description. But to the currencies that can be earned within the game, we're going to start out with the union shop. The union shop obviously is from your union. You're going to be hitting union boss. You're going to be doing weeklies, dailies, etc. to be able to gain this currency. The main thing with what you're going to be prioritizing when the game first starts, the timer that you normally would have is actually not full. We start at a really weird window. So for example, at the recording of this video is technically day 4. The shop is about to reset. I would say in some of that progression push, when you're trying to make your first 6-star, the shadow print isn't necessarily a bad idea to buy. As you're going, your union is going to be leveling up. If you're in an active union, your union will level up fairly quickly. But if you're not, then you have to kind of make a decision according to where the level is. The perfect lattice is the fragments are actually going to be pretty massive to make sure that you're buying regularly. That normally is going to be a high priority, even over the Anima prototypes, because you're going to be typically able to earn those, especially in this initial beginner progression push. That's not really something that's a priority to buy, but the perfect lattice fragments are huge. You're also going to be looking at the evolution lattice. The reason why the evolution lattice, I would even argue, is a little bit more valuable than the perfect lattice fragments is because the perfect lattice fragments, in order for you to basically make one of these, you need 50. So yes, you gain 15 of these, but even if you were to rotate into the next rotation, you're going to only have at that point 30. So that means you're going to have to go through another week or so, or more than that, another 2 weeks for you to actually be able to see the full 50. When you're looking at evolution lattice and the fact that SRs are actually very, very strong and very valuable, evolution lattice, this is guaranteed to give you a skill up. It's not a shard, it is guaranteed. This is going to be extremely valuable to you as a brand new player. I would say much later down the line, it will, start to diminish in value, and you'll definitely start making sure you go for the perfect lattice fragments first and then picking up the evolution lattice. I would definitely say that from there, you have the shadow prints, like the red shadow print is going to be really important as well, because that's going to help you with raising your star rarity. But just keep in mind that passively, you are going to be able to get different things from your hyperlink charter that's going to help you with building up your unit's rarities. And you actually get more of this as you push throughout the game. So I kind of bought the ones at the bottom initially, but since then I haven't actually used anything that wasn't from like my hyperlink charter or from like an event, right? So that's that, right? Now, if you go to the summon shop, my main priority, especially starting day 1, and this is why pushing and stamina refills, in my opinion, really matters, because I'm trying to do enough summons so I can buy this perfect lattice before it resets. And it says time until items restock at 7 days, 13 items. So you have time, but I wouldn't start purchasing or buying anything else in the shop. And reason being is because that perfect lattice is going to be pretty huge for you to have to invest into your SSRs that are going to be giving you the most progression push. From there, I definitely will say like lattice, the red shadow prints are going to be pretty valuable. The orange shadow prints are going to be nice, especially earlier. The Leon dupe, is that worth 4,000? Not at this point. That's probably something that you'll do like much later. Some people probably won't actually do that at all unless they're spending. Free to play, I would say hold off from doing that, because that's just like really expensive, and that's a lot of pulls that you're doing to be able to get that 4,000. So I would say hold off on that, especially super early. In the micro lattice, it's not worth buying, in my opinion, from the summon shop. There's another area you can get that from, and we'll talk about that in a second. Now we have the arena shop. The arena shop, I would definitely say perfect lattice is going to be your very first priority. The orange shadow prints are going to be really nice to buy. Here they're fairly cheap, and you'll be able to build up enough currency if you're doing some refills. You don't have to do a lot, but if you're doing some, you'll be able to still make up for that and still be able to get the perfect lattice. Now the evolution lattice is also going to be really nice from here as well, and this is also going to be the place that I would suggest buying the micro lattice from. You are going to be able to get some micro lattices from the battle pass, so I'll talk about that too. But unlike in the beta, if you guys use all the coupon codes at the recording of this video and the launch, you won't have to actually come in here and buy Etheria coin, which is really nice. Later on though, I will say that you'll have to kind of like reconsider when you're watching this at that point in time whether or not you'll buy Etheria coin, because Etheria coin can help with progression. But in all honesty, if you're building up like a set for one character, it should be being shared with another character, so that should save you some resources. Now with the summit arena, of course, major things that you want to make sure you're buying is the perfect lattice fragments, because that's going to be getting you to the point of getting more lattices. Of course, the Anima crystal point is going to be nice for dupes, so working towards that. I would say though, for progression purposes, I would focus the perfect lattice in the shadow prints first, items. And then from there, I would say things like the anima crystal points, which can help with like the dupes for your characters. You have like, of course, the reconfig chips, which are going to be really nice because that helps you with your shells, and your shells are really, really important. So that's extremely valuable. And then you're also able to get a total of 15 pulls, 5 for the Apex prototype and 5 for the Anima prototype. Now, this is going to be like relative to how much, you know, RTA you're really trying to do. So I would say, like, of course, in that specific order that I mentioned, it would be like kind of my prioritization. But yeah, that's what I would recommend for the arena shop. Now for the anima shop, this is something that you'll be able to get via, events and things of that nature. And this is something that I would say is really, really important when, you're basically trying to build up towards getting those dupes. This is what currency you can use to help you fill in the gap on certain units. Now, this will actually restock and have units that will shift in and out. So like this week right now, this has a Romoka exchangeable. So those that are using Romoka might want to actually pull or actually exchange for that very first dupe. It is entirely up to you on whether or not you want to do that. If you are saving for LDs though, LDs do cost double the amount, or sorry, triple the amount. So they cost 15,000. So I would say you can prioritize, stacking it. I feel like RGBs are a lot more obtainable in comparison to obviously your LDs. So I would personally be saving these for LDs. But again, if it's a really powerful RGB on your account, you could definitely make use of that. Now you have SR Animus as well that's accessible. I wouldn't advise using them on them. SRs are going to be like extremely obtainable. Like you're going to get them all the time. And especially not on the ones that like characters like Gray that you get for free. You're going to be able to pull him from the gacha. So same thing with Sutama. I mean, all these characters you can get from the gacha. So there's 0 point in doing so, right? Now, outside of that, I think we have some events that's currently going on. So this will only apply to these specific events, but when we're looking at like the Candy Party event, that's its own thing. You get the anima print from that. But the other event that is up, and I think we have to go to the challenge here, is actually going to be the Shell story. And shops like this, and there's going to be other events where the shop looks literally like this. A lot of the times your major priorities are going to be your shadow prints, evolution lattice, and then everything else, right? So you're going to be definitely trying to make sure you snatch those anima prototypes. The Etheria coin that you can get out of here is definitely going to help you with further building up your gear, like your modules. I would say though, in a lot of cases, you're going to start, especially once you start really investing more or heavily into your shells, definitely picking up that training data. And the Events Prowess supply packs are nice. Like you can grab those towards the end anyway. But you're going to really honestly be farming stages for your advanced prototypes, or sorry, advanced prowess supplies. So you don't have to go too crazy with that. And then we have another event that's going to be coming, so I have a whole separate video when that event comes, but those would be just like my overall prioritizations in terms of the shop. Again, I think that there's one more shop that unlocks. It's for the module Essence. That will actually unlock, I think, at like level 35 or 40. I can't remember. But with that shop, the one piece of advice I have for that shop specifically is if you are going to be picking up mythic modules, try to pick up the ones that you don't actually, that you're not farming for. Because the ones that you're farming for, you're going to be farming them anyway. You rather pick up modules that you aren't farming to see if you can try to get some that might actually be of use to you. So yeah, guys, that's basically that. Again, really, really quick video. Nothing too crazy. Just wanted to make sure you guys understood the value of the shops. So yeah, that's basically going to be that, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Everyone, stay blessed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.